Chuck Diesel.
What we're talking about, man, is friends become foes when your alpha energy grows. And on top of that, foes become mortal enemies. It goes from them not liking you to them hating the fact that you breathe, to them wanting to deprive you of any opportunity that they could. Man, there's some boys out here that if they could prevent you from taking another step forward in your life, they would. They just weak men and don't have no power to do that. But if they could, they would. And some of these men smile in your face. Some of these men look at you and give you props. Some of these men dap you up while they wink in their eye. You understand? Some of these boys do a whole bunch of things out here, and some of them are close to you. Some of the ones closest to you be the first ones to turn, because they be the first ones affected by you improving your alpha energy. See, let me tell you something. Your friends are going to start hating when you're not on their level anymore. They'll never hate on you when you're on their level. People don't hate those who are on their level or beneath their level. People hate those who are above their level. Boys are hate out here, man, over somebody that they respect partnering up with you because you real. They'll get in their feelings about it, man, because you real and somebody else real, man, recognize you're real. They'll get in their feelings because you got an opportunity that came your way and they didn't get that opportunity. Hell, man, they'll try to sabotage you, man. They'll do everything in their power to knock you off your block, homie. And you won't even know it's coming because these are the people you call yourself trusted. You got to understand, trust is not a word that you use for man. Trust is a word. You can trust men. You can trust men to be men. You know all the nuances of being a man. You know when time get tough enough, you might pull a kick though. You know if time get tough enough, you might take something from somebody. You know if time get tough enough, you may get down and dirty. You know if times ain't got to be tough. If you don't like somebody, you might do something to them. You know how you are as a man. You know the possibilities of manhood. You know the possibilities of being a man. So how can you use the word trust with any man? And damn sure not any woman. Trust is a word. Every time you use trust with a human, you're disrespecting God because he's the only one that you can trust, man. Even these goddesses, they can't trust all them gods they be worshiping, man. So you know the reality of it is this, man. You got to understand your friends gonna start hating. So before you decide which one of them gonna start hating, you need me time to yourself anyway when your alpha energy start growing. When you look at your life and realize, man, that you ain't been on no type of alpha journey at all, and you decide you're gonna get on one, you need to cut everybody loose anyway. I ain't saying distance yourself from everybody to cut them off, but I'm saying put some distance between you and everybody else. If you're going out to the club every weekend, hanging out with some niggas drinking and just janking at bras all the time, when you start to develop your alpha energy, you ain't got time to waste doing that. So you can pull back from that. Bam, that's one event weekly you done pulled away from. You understand what I'm saying? You got to start pulling back from folks, because then you need to watch, as opposed to being stabbed in your back by folks, pull back a little bit from everybody and see who's going to reach out to check on you. See what's up with you. Make sure you all right. You know, see what's going on with you, man. You don't hang out with the partners no more, dog. What's up with you, man? Shit, my nigga. I mean, hey, I'm going to follow through, bro. I'm going to follow through, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just hit you up and say, hey, dog, I'm in your area, man. What up with you, bro? I mean, let's link up, man. Let's shoot a couple games of pool or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Then you know you ain't got to be getting stabbed in the back. You treat everybody like a backstabber until people prove they're not. I'm telling you now, if you're just starting to improve yourself into the most alpha version of yourself, the people around you are going to change. You see what I'm saying? You got, like the homie just said, man, you got to watch who you put these names on, man. Your homie, your partner, your road dog. That's my boy. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? These are terms of endearment, man, that a man has to earn. A man has to show himself, you know, and to be honest with you, it's easier when let's say a man is a content creator or a man is a musician. I mean, if you could go back and look at, let's say, Chuck D from Public Enemy. If you look at Chuck D from Public Enemy, man, you know what kind of man Chuck D from Public Enemy is, because he's always been on the activist talk, and you remember him spitting from Public Enemy. You know who you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You know who you're dealing with. So when a man has history and you can tell the consistency of what he delivers, through his content, and it's coming from his heart, whatever his content is. If he's a public speaker, if he's a content creator on YouTube, if he's a rapper, if he's a singer, whatever he is, man, you can tell, you can follow a man's history and know that that man is consistent with who he presents himself as and the things that he believes in. See, it's less about who you present yourself as, because frankly, nobody gives a damn who you are. People deal with you based on having commonalities in thought processes, commonalities in moral standards, commonalities in spiritual outlooks, commonalities in world event views. People deal with you based on what you stand for, not how you present yourself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares how you present yourself unless you're a beta male, simp mangina, or a female. Another thing you have to do, man, is old flames have to be put out. Any woman you were beta with, you can't keep that woman. She's never going to view you as the new man you are. See, the way you present yourself to a woman is the way you're always going to be in her eyes. You can't change that. You can't change it. You simply can't change it. You understand? However you present yourself is the way you're going to be. Now, on the contrary, that's if you present yourself as a beta. If you present yourself as beta to a woman, that woman ain't gonna never feel you as alpha, man. She ain't gonna never feel you as alpha. You understand? That's just the bottom line. I'm talking about if you were a beta male simp mangina. Now, if you were just kind of trying to work it out and be a considerate man and all of that, then things may get better. You know what I'm saying? But a woman if you present yourself as a beta male simp mangina, you can't pull that out of her brain. She may want alpha energy. She just ain't gonna want it from you. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I'm not saying this is 100%. This is not fail-safe, foolproof. But I'm telling you, the odds of her changing her outlook on you are so slim that it's not even worth the effort to see if your ass gonna be one of the few who get that change in a woman. Now, on the contrary, if you start off alpha with a chick, you can go beta. See, alpha life is hard, man. You got to maintain it. Everybody's waiting to see if you're going to not maintain it. Even the woman, man, I'm talking the woman that's loving your dirty draws, bro. She waiting for you to drop the ball and go beta. She waiting on it. She is waiting on it. And she gonna capitalize on the fact, I got him now. She don't even want you no more as a beta, but she wanna be able to do things to you and get things out of you that she never could get before. A woman will always regret if she didn't maintain an alpha male, because she probably not gonna find another one. You know what I'm saying? Or not gonna be found by another one, however it goes. Every woman is not every woman is even gonna have one opportunity with an alpha. But every woman is only gonna have one opportunity with an alpha in her life. Unless you're talking about her being a little girl and her dad was alpha. I'm talking about on a relationship style, on an intimate style. She's only gonna have one. One. Now there's some niggas out here who can fake it till they make it. You know what I'm saying? They can fake it till they make it. If you sit around the alpha, mimic an alpha style enough, or even if a woman is sitting talking to you about what an alpha does, you can mimic that style, man, and probably have her convinced a little bit that your ass might be kind of alpha. But the bottom line is the energy ain't gonna match up, homie. The energy is what it is. So if you got an old flame, I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care how long you've been with her, how long y'all been down, what kind of shit y'all shared in y'all history. When you start to become the most alpha version of yourself, you got to move on from that chick, man. You have to move on from her. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line, man. I mean, you have to. Ain't really nothing I can tell you, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish there was a different way, but that's it, man. So, and I know, and this is going to be one of the toughest ones, man, because you can, now that you become the most alpha version of yourself, you suddenly can look on all of your beta mistakes or your beta host mistakes. You can look at all of them and see where you went wrong. So in your mind, you can fix them. But I'm telling you, you can't. Because people who accept you as a fool don't want to accept you as a genius. Your genius is meant for other people, another group of people. You never want someone to be able to base their understanding of you on a foundation of negativity. So even if someone was to accept you as an alpha or a more alpha version of yourself, they're still gonna remember when you were a sucker. And it's never gonna be a time where they forget that. So there's always going to be a mix up. You're always going to have to check that person. You're always going to have to be in that person's mix. You're always going to have to say something to that person because they're going to slip up and deal with your ass like you're a beta still. And what that's going to do is cause you unnecessary negative energy. Anytime you got to check somebody about something you feel is disrespectful, man, that's negative energy. It's going to be negative energy. It ain't going to never be positive. It's going to make you respond in a negative manner that's going to drain you of a lot of energy. Whenever you got to snap out of somebody, man, it drains so much energy out of you, man. Anger. That's why smiles don't leave lines on your face and frowns do. You know what I'm saying? Frowns will buckle your cheekbones up, man. So, relocation may be necessary, man. See, let me tell you what you got to understand, bro. You got to understand that you have a beta male footprint. Everywhere you've stepped, you've left the footprint of a beta male. You've left the footprint of a sucker. You've left the footprint of a lame. You've left the footprint of a buster. You understand? You've left that footprint everywhere you've been. Now, you got to waste a whole lot of time going back and retracing your steps, trying to kick dust, or trying to kick sand over those beta male footprints, and trying to walk around those same areas like alpha. Sometimes, man, growth is also about removing yourself from an environment entirely. Sometimes you got to bounce. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to bounce. It ain't nothing to it, man. Especially, man, if you ain't tired, if you ain't got no family, man, you ain't got no children, you ain't got, man, let me tell you something. Any man who ain't got no children, man, if you come to your senses and you realize, man, that you've been beta and you start to develop yourself, man, you should make an exit strategy immediately from the area you're in. I'm not saying never go back, but I'm saying you need a fresh start as an alpha, as a man who's building himself into the most alpha version of himself. You got to understand that the people around you are going to keep jaking at you, pulling from that beta perspective. So you got to keep warding that off. That's time you need to be spent growing, man. You can't be fighting all people trying to pull you back while you're growing. You need an open space to grow in. If you're going to grow into the most masculine version of yourself, you need a masculine space to grow in. You know what I'm saying? Dare I say, man, if you've been married 10 years, man, you've been beta your whole marriage, man, divorce that broad. You ain't got no choice. You got to divorce her. You say, well, we got children. The children don't respect you either. Let me tell you something. Children never respect a man that they see get disrespected by his woman. Ever. They never respect you because they respect the woman. If the woman, man, let me tell you something. If the woman dominating you, trust me, she dominating the children. However she dominate, if she dominating with giving them gifts with your money, if she dominating with being mean to them, however it is, the children respect her more than they respect you. The children respect the authority figure in the house. And if your woman has authority over you, the children are never going to respect you. So you might as well put some space between you and them. So when you spend time with them, you get to spend time with them in your own domain, in the domain that you are the authority figure in. And it keeps you from worrying about what the fuck you're going to lose. Go ahead and lose it so you can gain yourself. Lose whatever you got to lose to gain yourself, man. Ain't nothing worth losing yourself over. And this is a tough pill, man, but this is your life. Before you can be anything good to anybody else, you got to be something good to yourself, brother. You owe it to yourself. So, man, you got to keep in mind, man, that once you decide to become the best version of yourself, you got to understand that the environment you've been in all this time is not the best environment for you. You can't exist as the best version of yourself in the worst environment for you. You got to create the environment that's for the best version of yourself. Now, if you're a young cat and you still live at home, man, you could branch out and just bam, you there. You haven't had much experience you haven't had any experience as a grown man out here doing your own thing, man, having your own freedom. So you can stay where you are. But if you've been in the area you in for, man, you may be 30, 35, you may even be 40. I don't care how old you are when you become the most alpha version. When you realize that you need to become the most alpha version of yourself, nigga, I don't care if you 60. You know what I'm saying? I got cats right now, man. I think my percentage is maybe 8%. Hey, man, I got 8% of my people, man, in their 60s. You know, from, I think, 63 or 65 to some other age, man. I'm talking about way up there. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it, man. There are some older men, man, who still need to recover themselves. They just getting out of marriage, been in a marriage forever. Instead of going mid-top, become the most alpha version of yourself. Don't go your own way, nigga. Man, let me tell you something. Going your own way is cool if that's what you need to do. If you just hate women, go your own way. If you think women are worthless, go your own way. If you think women are generally, all women are a waste of time, go your own way. Yeah, there are some women who are a waste of time. Avoid those women and give us some women who deserve your time. I don't believe that all women are a waste of time. I don't believe that all women are worthless. And so I say become the most alpha version of yourself and don't focus on women. And then the women that need to come your way will come your way. And then you'll understand you'll have a different perspective on dealing with women. But I say before you, even if you're going to go your own way, don't go your own way as the beta male motherfucker you've been your whole life. Nigga, you've been a buster. How you gonna go your own way as a buster? Wherever you go, you still gonna be a buster. You know what I'm saying? You gotta improve yourself to the most alpha version of yourself before you go anyway. Go your own way, go their own way, go the upper. You can take the upper room. You can go every way you want to go, man. You can ease on down the road like the Wizard of Oz, man. You can go to the end of the road like Boys to Men. It don't matter. Wherever you go, you still gotta become the most alpha version of yourself if you want to improve your life.
It's the book of Alpha running me, nigga. Read it or weep.